Hey guys, what's going on? Timo here and welcome back to my channel for another iRacing video. After discovering the Ford GT for myself at Nords the other week, I jumped into it again here at Imola, and right away I have to go wide as there's a car on my inside. And then he actually loses his Corvette here on the exit, causing me to run wide over the gravel, lift off a little bit. So the guy behind me managed to get a good run on me under these circumstances. That actually is Tyson Meyer, aka Quirkitized, and we go side by side with him towards turn 1, where he is on the insides, and I totally mess up my braking, lock up, miss the corner. So there goes Quirk. Totally chaotic starting phase that has not went to plan at all, but at the same time, at least I was lucky enough to stay in P4 here, not drop another position. And I also knew from previous experience that not just in these races here at Imola, but whenever driving GT in general, my pace over the full hour in these ESS races is normally pretty strong and really gets better and better towards the end of the race. So yeah, no need to freak out yet at this early stage, but of course the whole task ahead has become a lot more difficult. So we are approaching the chicane here for the first time in this race. You used to be able to smack over these curbs, however now with the adjusted off tracks that we have since a few weeks, it is crucial to be quite conservative in this corner. And I actually really like that change because it allows cars like the Ford that are not necessarily brilliant over massive curb strikes to be a bit more competitive here and just balances out the whole performance of the cars a little bit more. So I think that's actually a very good thing. And also talk about the Ford, I think it actually was the car to be in here at Imola. As we jump on throughout the race, and you can see I finally managed to close down the gap to Quirk again. It was like lap 6, so it did take me a while to find my rhythm in this race and really find my pace, but yeah, slowly but surely I was catching up to our fellow content creator colleague, and it was honestly only a question of time at that point until I was gonna be able to overtake him. However, that was not all that easy because he was running quite low wing, even lower wing than me. So yeah, he just had some crazy top speed and I really had to make sure to stay super close to him through the chicane in the final 2 corners and then also nail the exit out of the final corner. But finally here, I was in a position where I was able to think about making a move, and well, I go for the inside here. It's quite late, but not too late at all. And he was like, okay, yeah, Timo's probably quicker, I'm gonna let him go. At least that's how it looks like from my perspective here. So driving a little bit on the inside here, going defensive to make sure he's not doing anything crazy, trying to get the position back for whatever reason right away. That worked out quite well, ended up being quite an easy overtake. However, the leaders, P1 and P2, as you can see, at that point were already more than 4 seconds up the road. So I really needed to keep my head down and do the best job I could here to try and close down this gap again. I wasn't too sure if I was gonna be able to do so because I didn't know the pace of these 2 dudes at that point. However, as you can see, with the LMP traffic coming around and just the race going on, I did manage to close down the gap. It actually has come down quite dramatically already, as we are in lap 16 if I see that correctly. And Ogrodnik, the Ford up ahead there in P2, struggling a bit with this LMP trying to pass him around the outside, but I think he also offered him the outside, which I personally would never do because you lose way more time there by going through the corner on the inside than if you just lift off, let the LMP dive down the inside and you take a wide line on the entry and then shoot out of the corner. I think that's just the way better approach of dealing with traffic in not just this corner but like slower corners in general. And yeah, with things like that, the gap has come down more and more, and then very soon I was already on the back of the German sim racing driver, Tobias Ogrodnik here, in the Ford, and I was so much quicker at that point actually that, yeah, here also I was quite confident that I will be able to beat him in the long term. I also was in a good spot to just save fuel behind him, but had so much more straight line speed, so I obviously just went for the move. It almost seems like he's letting me go there with how much quicker I am, but maybe he also was like, yeah, okay, he was coming here so fast, I probably won't be able to keep him ahead anyway, so let's use him to save a bit of fuel behind him and think about maybe catching the Porsche in P1 currently, Thomas Hora. But yeah, that was my next mission at that point, and also closing down that gap further and further as the race goes on. We're in lap 25 now. I have a lap of fuel left in the tank. Hora, however, already comes in for his pit stop here, so also in terms of strategy we're looking good here as well. Being able to do the overcut, which is just super powerful on iRacing, as you have the fuel advantage obviously, driving around with an empty tank here, whereas Hora already gonna have fueled up car once he leaves the pit lane. And it's not like in Formula 1 where you change tires and have the insane advantage of fresh tires, because you do not change tires here in these races. So yeah, it's absolutely not an advantage to do an undercut, and I'm honestly very surprised that so many people keep doing them. I guess they just watch too much Dan Suzuki or whatever, because he's like literally doing it every single race and just never learns, and then always wonders why it didn't work out. I don't know, man. Some people, I guess, are just a bit delusional, but yeah, that's how it is, and I won't complain about it actually, because it's free spots for me in the pits, you know? So that's great. Love it. So once again, approaching the chicane here. Was really trying to get a nice in-lap, of course, because that's what matters. You know, these laps around the pit stop, that's where you gain a lot of time, where you can gain positions. And obviously I was racing against Hora here, basically for the win of the race. And I think it was a very clean lap actually, looking at it now. Absolutely nailed it, I would say, even. As we come into the pits as well, pretty good pit lane entry as well. Maybe could have braked a tiny little bit later, but rather a meter too soon than getting a penalty, of course. So, gonna stop here. Ogrodnik also came into the pit, so yeah, we both went a lap longer. And as we leave the pit again, you can see us on the left. Where's Hora? He's back there in the Porsche, in the colorful Porsche. So not just me, but also Ogrodnik actually jumped the Porsche in the pit lane. Yep, I mean, I just told you, it's powerful to stay out a lap longer. So if you can save that fuel behind someone to maybe go an extra lap, then go for it. It's worth it, definitely. As there is a Porsche LMP1 car diving down my inside here in Tosa. And as you can see, it actually looked quite comfortable for me there after the stop already, and I had an easy task ahead. I just had to finish off the race. I knew, okay, my pace is going to be strong enough here in the end to keep him behind. And if you look at the standings, actually, I extended the gap by quite a bit. What is it, 4.7? So yeah, quite a chilled pace for me at the end of the race there. I just had to bring it home, and I've done that multiple times. Nothing special. No reason to be nervous for me at all. So I think it was really good race, a really good recovery after what happened there at the start of the race, and also nailed the fuel, as you can see, ran out right on the finish line. So yeah, great win. I had a lot of fun doing this race. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and if you did, then please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and also check out all the links down below. And without further to say, wish you all the best of luck for your upcoming races, and see you all again in the next one. Until then, bye bye.